A big wingman, welcome to the wingman's path to positivity, to raising your vibration and to creating a life of your choosing. I welcome you and I thank you, and as always, I appreciate you inviting me and all us wingmates in to share a spark of positive energy, right? Because when we do, when all of us get to share a spark of positive energy, it becomes a bigger spark of energy, and it has that much more vibrational momentum to it and weight to it, and it enables us to really feel that positive energy and hold on to it and share it with our loved ones and our families and our friends and our neighbors and our communities. And when we're able to get it into our communities and surround ourselves with positive energy, oh yeah, you know what happens. You start feeling that energy. Your vibration starts immediately going up, and you start seeing clearly the path to creating a life of your choosing. So I welcome you, and if it's your first time here, I'm feeling great for you because you have found the path to your success, to creating a life of your choosing, and it's a great path, and you've got a whole bunch of wingmates with you. My name is Michael Gross. I'm the lucky guy who gets to be the wingman on the wingman's path to positivity. And one thing I've learned, you don't get to be the wingman on the wingman's path to positivity without having your share of failures. Without having your share of failures, and I was reminded of that when I was reading my hometown newspaper today. Now, I may be in Vietnam for a few months, but my hometown, where I grew up and where I'm from, is Philadelphia. And in Philadelphia, Nick Foles, a gentleman who was the quarterback, a backup quarterback who led them to the Super Bowl, I just saw he signed a contract to move on to another team. And I know everyone in Philadelphia loves Nick Foles and is so thrilled for him that he signed a big money contract and is getting the big money and is getting the chance to have his own team and lead his own team, because he did something no one else in Philadelphia history did, and he led our Eagles to their first ever Super Bowl victory. Now, what's amazing about that, though, is that he failed a whole lot. He was cut. He was treated miserably by some coaches. He almost retired from the game because he started disliking it so much, because failure was beating him up so much. But he came back and he won the ultimate glory. He won the ultimate glory. And as he stood there after he won the Super Bowl MVP, they asked him, what it means, and he said, what it means is, or they asked him what he wants to deliver, what kind of message he might want to give to others, and he said, do not be afraid to fail. Do not be afraid to fail. In our society, we're all too afraid to fail, and so in honor of Nick, I wanted to talk about failing, because when I think of failing and coming back, I think of him, I think of Thomas Edison, who invented the incandescent light bulb. But when he finally did, someone asked him, because it took him like 10,000 tries, and someone said to him, how did it feel to fail 10,000 times? And he said, I never failed. I just found 10,000 ways it didn't work. Listen, you don't get to be a success without failing on your way to success. Failing, so many of us get tied up in the failure, and we feel so bad, and we allow it to knock us down into the rabbit hole so we don't come back. We think failing is an end-all be-all. It's just a stepping stone, baby. Failing is just a stepping stone. I thought I once read a quote. If not, maybe I made it up in my own mind. I thought it was a Zen proverb. I looked it up this morning after I saw that Nick Foles signed a new contract, and I couldn't find it. So maybe I just made it up, or maybe it is a Zen proverb. If we learn from our failures, they become our successes. Say that with me. If I learn from my failures, they become my successes. Turn your failures into successes. It's no different than the saying about learning from your mistakes. I don't know how that one came to me. If I learn from my failures, they become my successes. Say that with you. You cannot be afraid to fail. If you are afraid to fail, you will not even get into the arena, as Teddy Roosevelt once said, right? Where the credit belongs to the man in the arena who's bloodied and beaten and keeps coming back, rather than the critic who criticizes him but has never yet gotten into the arena and knows not defeat nor victory. Let's you and I go after some victory today. Let's go after our successes. And let's say it, let's do it easily by saying, if I learn from my failures, they become my successes. Because I know if you're on the wingman's path with me, I know you know your share of failure. I know you've had some failures in your life. And that's okay. Let's learn from them and turn them into our successes. Yeah, let's turn them into our successes so we can think about with pride how we've overcome so much to achieve what we've achieved. And if you're here right now, you've achieved something. I'm telling you that because not everyone makes it to where we are right here, where we can be with other wingmates sharing positive energy. Because when we get that positive energy going, nothing can stop us. Not failure, not losing, not knowing what we're doing, because we keep coming back for more. We keep trying. We do not let failures stop us from achieving our successes and achieving our goals and manifesting our desires. And I know you know that, and I know sometimes we've just forgotten it. So say it with me once more. If I learn from my failures, they become my successes. Allow that to become your mantra. So today, when you go out there, you are not afraid to fail. You go after your successes. And if you get knocked down, you learn from it and you keep going. Because if you turn your failures, if you learn from your failures, they become your successes. Oh yeah, oh yeah. I thank you so much for joining me today. I love doing these every morning. They help me keep my positive energy going and keep my vibration up and keep me creating a life of my choosing. And I know they do the same for you. So I love doing it. I love coming out here and us sharing positive energy. So I thank you for joining me today. Have a wonderful day. One in which you do taste failure, you learn from it and turn that failure into a success. And I'll see you again tomorrow. Your wingman, Michael, from Da Nang, Vietnam, here on the beach, signing off.